New clues have emerged about the Duchess of Sussex's next big move, and it could put her at odds with the palace. It's on the way. Nobody knows the details, but one day soon, you and I and King Charles will be surprised by the great reboot of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Hello and a very warm welcome to British Royal Daily Updates YouTube channel. You can call it the second coming of Brand Sussex or the Megnaissance or a clever last-minute image makeover, but the royal family's most controversial newcomer since they brought in Caroline of Brunswick is about to do something big. Is it a website, a blog, a social media platform, an e-commerce site, an Oprah-like place for self-help and pop psychology? Nobody knows, but as time runs out until the big moment when Meghan's alleged business venture is finally unveiled with all the fanfare, hype, and exaggerated press releases full of capitalized nouns you would expect, could this be the start of a new clash with Buckingham Palace? Let me tell you more. It has been a very odd year for the Duchess of Caramel Coats. First, she mostly vanished, staying out of sight as her husband Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, soared to the top of the bestseller charts, and to the bottom of Queen Camilla's Christmas list, with Spare. But even after that storm of unresolved daddy issues had passed, she mostly stayed hidden, only appearing to be snapped by photographers. The turning point came in April when she, and only she, hired Hollywood super agent Ari Emanuel to help her revive her career. After all, her podcasting attempt had not really taken off, with Archetypes only lasting one season. Her kids' show had been cancelled by Netflix in a huge budget cut, and her star had faded. As the year went on, so did the rumors that part of what Meghan had been working on was some kind of comeback to the online world, having previously, before becoming a royal, created her own niche, the TIG, in the bland women's blogging world. Rumors of a comeback similar to her former blog The TIG have been increasing this month. This week, a source told Page 6 that Meghan and her team are putting in a lot of effort. They said, "I think it will be surprising, it won't be what everybody is expecting it to be, it will feel familiar to who Meghan is." Another person who is close to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex also revealed to Page 6 earlier this month that Meghan wants to emulate a bit of Reese Witherspoon, a bit of Gwyneth Paltrow, founder of Goop. In other words, a very successful entrepreneur. Witherspoon's Hello Sunshine was bought for $1.4 billion and Paltrow's Goop is worth nearly $400 million. The problem arises when we think about how a royal doing business would be perceived and how the palace would respond. The main issue is, what would the palace do if the mother of two starts using her title, the Duchess of Sussex, to promote products like Paltrow-style snail slime face serums, cashmere dog blankets, and gluten-free okonomiyaki mix? The obvious counter-argument here, the "hey, but what about?" is Sarah Ferguson, another duchess who fell out of favor. For over 25 years, she has had to pay her own bills, except when Jeffrey Epstein, convicted sex offender, helped her out. Fergie has written 2 memoirs, 5 health and diet books, earned millions as the spokesperson for Weight Watchers, endorsed Wedgwood, starred in a reality show called The Duchess on the Estate, worked as a special reporter for NBC's Today Show, did commercials for Charles Schwab, a financial services firm, and my personal favorite, appeared on the US home shopping network to sell a juicer. In all of this, she repeatedly used her royal title to sell, the words, the Duchess of York, becoming synonymous with the mercenary. The palace's approach has been to consistently distance themselves from her business ventures, claiming that since she divorced Prince Andrew, Duke of Disgust, she was no longer officially part of the royal family. When The Guardian asked a palace spokesperson in 2001 to comment on the US money-making schemes of the Duchess in her 40s, "Does that ring a bell?" they said, "She is a separate, independent, ordinary person." But that approach won't fly here. Meghan is the king's daughter-in-law and still a part of the family, even if Camilla keeps erasing her number. Similarly, expensive china dishes, weight loss shakes, and a juicer, though somewhat dubious, are not very controversial. A whole online business, if that's what Meghan.com ends up being, is a whole different story. Similarly, Fergie's rush for American cash happened under the too soft, in my view, protection of Her late Majesty. If the Duchess of Disaster was filmed now trying to sell access to a senior royal family member, I would expect King Charles to strip her of her title and make her plain old Miss Ferguson in less time than it would take for a servant to get fresh tonic. If Meghan's new website or business or social media platform for Californian yoga-loving moms who have nothing better to do than to worry about non-organic playground paint, or whatever, does not have her Sussex title, then this is irrelevant. And there is a chance this might be the case, given that her one-off podcast was called Archetypes with Meghan. However, if we see her title used for this big, surprising, unexpected launch, as with her children's book, the couple's Netflix series, the various awards that the Duchess has received and her joint inclusion with H on Time's 100 Most Influential People list, then things could get tricky. The king, while generally clueless about how to deal with the Sussexes, has still tried to use every tool in his custom-made, crowned lambskin royal toolkit to distance the palace from the couple. Farewell Frogmore Cottage, their UK home, which now lies vacant after His Majesty kicked them out post-spare. And farewell to their HRHs on the royal website, with the pair's entries now shamefully relegated to the bottom of the family page, right next to the elderly third cousins. Nor have the Duke and Duchess of Sussex been invited reportedly to stop by for a quick tea when they are in Europe next month for the Invictus Games, even though they will be only a short flight away by private jet. Hello, this is Bing. I can help you paraphrase your text using an online tool that uses artificial intelligence to rewrite sentences, paragraphs, or articles while keeping the original meaning and context to the power of one. Here is the paraphrased version of your text. How would Charles feel about seeing someone who has a royal title and uses their connection to the royal family to earn a lot of money, given the chilly and disapproving atmosphere? This was the exact reason why, back in early 2020, the late Queen firmly refused to let the couple keep using their Sussex royal brand. How far would or could the Duchess of Sussex go with London in her pursuit of a stable and reliable US career? Would she take this next step as the independent woman she has always claimed to be, or would she use what some might say is her most valuable asset, her membership in the royal family, to make sure her new business is lucrative? Things might also go wrong if this mysterious site or platform or whatever becomes too self-help oriented. If we are about to see Meghan giving tips on how to handle cold relatives and constantly bringing up the various faults and prejudices of the firm, then the king cannot just sit idly by with his oddly sausage-like hands. But despite all this, all these questions and uncertainties and wondering how much is too much to ask for a handmade oil diffuser made of marble, I am thrilled. Thrilled to see what Meghan has been cooking up for all these months and where she plans to take her career after leaving her Duchess role. And if nothing works out? Fergie, who Meghan mentioned having lunch with in their Netflix series, is always ready to help with her home shopping contacts. Anyone for a kale smoothie? Remember to subscribe to British Royal Daily Updates YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell. This way you will be notified when we drop a video. Stay safe.